Hello, and welcome back to the evening update. It is September 17th, 2025, and we did it. We're back here together, assembled to continue to share the stories that have occurred over the last few days, the updates for the goings on, if you will. We did it. That's right, Shell. We did it. Welcome, everyone. Repost the live. Please do. I did post it out myself, so follow my example and post it out. You can also do me a favor and check out my profile. You can go to my website located right there, patriotdad.org. You also can see my schedule for the lives. They're Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. So go ahead and follow the account. Find other ways to support, go to patriotdad.org, and you can find the other ways to support me here. I would appreciate any and all of it. So go ahead and share it out with everyone. Hey, Gaddis, good to see you. Welcome back. As always, fantastic having you in the chat. It's been a crazy week, guys. It's been a crazy 7 days. Things are progressing. We are kind of not tolerating the same nonsense that we did a week ago. And why might that be? Excuse me while I just adjust my chair a little bit to get comfortable for these uncomfortable conversations. But first, we have a quite hilarious post from our commander-in-chief. I don't know what he took today or what he was on or who he talked to that pissed him off, but this post was just peak Trump. Every time I speak of the haters and losers, I do so with great love and affection. They cannot help the fact that they were born fucked up. Guys, that is hilarious. I don't know where the president of the United States decided to just choose violence in the chat today, but he came to X to post this. It's not very common that this account posts on X. It's very rare. Usually we get little copy-pasted posts or truths from over on Truth Social. But guys, we got a direct post on X. Unity, everyone. Gotta love it. Gotta love him. But we're going to get into our first very short, brief topic on immigration. We have a quick update here from Homeland Security. It says, and stay out in less than 250 days. 2 million illegal aliens have left the United States. 2 million gone. This is probably also counting self-deportations. But I will take it. 2 million in 250 days. Guys, we can just keep this going. Keep up this pace. Let's accelerate the pace. Like, these are rookie numbers, guys. 2 million. We got like 40 to go at least. And we had the 55 million visa holders to go with them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's like 100 million total that just don't need to be here, guys. Just don't need to be here. And if you think we have a housing shortage, I think we just have an immigration problem. If you got rid of 100 million people from the United States, I bet you there'd be a couple of extra homes for rent. And maybe the price would be more reasonable. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not really hoping that the prices come down too much as a real estate investor and property owner. But, you know, hey, if it means better for the country, I will take that personal financial hit. How about that? And the other story is a much darker story, guys. But in this news story, again, we don't hate the news enough, guys. KTLA omits the fact that the soccer coach they talk about in this story, 43-year-old Mario Eduardo Garcia Aquino, geez, these names, who brutally raped and killed a 13-year-old boy, is an illegal alien from El Salvador. He was living under Gavin Newsom's sanctuary laws. You cannot hate the mainstream media enough. So when they present these stories, how do they frame them? Well, let's find out real quick.
Harrowing sight in Southern California as the body of a murdered 13-year-old boy is found dumped along the side of a road. His name was Oscar Omar Hernandez, and police say he was killed by his youth soccer coach, 43-year-old Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino. Multiple law enforcement sources tell Fox News he is an illegal alien from El Salvador.
Oh, at least they did add that. But the soccer coach, yeah, guys. He's just a soccer. Oh, and he just happens to be this thing. the framing is basically laying out that he's the soccer coach first, and after the fact being like, oh, guys, he's also illegal. It's like, how about let's lead with that? Can we lead with that? I think we can all agree that you should lead with that. Even my boy over there says yes. Adorable. What we're going to get out of that, we're going to go straight into government hearings, guys. We had a whole bunch. It's been a day, guys. Just bear with me. But we're just going to watch these. I don't need to read these. It's great. That's right. Alt Karen, everyone, Karen back in the house. Every crime by an illegal is 100% presentable. That is true.
Control American gangs like MS-13. Now, well, it's well understood that your predecessor left you an FBI infected with politics. I'm going to provide examples of that today, including making public new whistleblower records.
Oh.
At your nomination hearing, I made public records that whistleblowers provide me about Arctic Frost. Arctic Frost was the FBI case opened and approved by antitrust Trump FBI agent Thibault. Arctic Frost then became Jack Smith's Electra case against.
Yeah, guys. So what they're talking about right now is Arctic Frost. So it's huge. 92 Republicans were targeted, including Republican groups. Individuals placed under investigation scope on the political list were one of Charlie Kirk's group, Turning Point USA. In other words, Arctic Frost wasn't just a case to politically investigate Trump. It was a vehicle by which the partisan FBI and the Department of Justice prosecutors could achieve their partisan ends and improperly investigate the entire Republican political apparatus. I wouldn't even call it Republican at this point, guys. It is just of the not left. Because now the lines have been drawn. You are either of the left or you are of the not left. And MAGA is formed with a coalition of people that are not left. And the Republicans are part of the Uniparty, and I would put them in the left. The majority of them are awful. The Uniparty members are harmful to this nation. And I would say one of them is probably this ass hat. What do you think?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do want to say something.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my...
Hold on. As Kara says, it's laughable to hear the Dems talk about weaponization of the DOJ, isn't it? It is quite absurd when they spent so many years using it, and now that it is in somebody else's hands, they're trying to call it out as something bad. You'll always see that. The left will always wield power when they have it and then criticize its use when they don't. We can't fall for this anymore, folks. We just can't. But you can see Mr. Dollar Tree Obama is really mad.
If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my time.
I follow you on your social media posts.
Why, thank you, sir, for following me on my social media. That's crazy.
It
is
tears
my
this country
time
apart.
to address your
It's tearing this country apart, guys. The not left is tearing this country apart.
falsehoods.
Oh, you can try all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not
Senator,
take
it is
responsibility
my time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making
time
a
is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you
time
tell-
is.
Senator,
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's over?
You may be the target of the
I'm not-
FBI.
And this is right before, guys, a bunch of posts showed up on X and everywhere else trying to say that, oh, they're going to replace Cash. They're going to replace Dan. They're going to replace these guys. Do you think maybe it's because they don't like being talked to like this? Look into my angry eyes, damn it. That's right, California Doge. Welcome to the chat.
Senator, I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
I'm not afraid of you. I think you are, sir. But we're going to skip because he's going to keep ranting for a little bit and he's going to bicker back and forth with Grassley. But then we're finally going to get to hear from Mr. Patel.
Under my 7-month leadership, we're failing this administration in this country. Why do we have 23,000 violent felons arrested this year alone?
Good question.
a double increase from that time last year. Why is it that we have seized 6,000 weapons? Why have we found 1,500 child predators and arrested them? Why have we have 300 human traffickers in jail? Why have we found and identified 4,700 children? Why have we seized 1,600 kilograms of fentanyl, enough to kill a third of the American public, a 25% increase alone from last year? 88,000 kilograms of cocaine seized, 7,000 kilograms.
88,000 kilograms is insane.
Kilograms of meth seized, and that's just on our criminal operations in summer heat. How is it possible that we're taking 8 kilograms off the streets of the cities in New Jersey and preventing the deaths of 607,000 people this year alone, a failure of the FBI and my leadership? How is it that we have counterintelligence arrests already this year exceeding the numbers from the entirety of last year? 33% increase in PRC, 83% in Russia, 60% in the CI space as it relates to Iran, and we haven't even talked about CT, the southern border, the northern border.
And he just like mic drop. Guys, like I love hearing Cash talk. Like he doesn't take any of the business from anybody. It's very enjoyable. We're going to come back to this one. This one's just disturbing. So I'll rewind that one. We'll come back to it. But yeah. Also in the wake of, I apologize, guys. Today I'm A, very tired, but B, I have more articles than normal pulled, and I did not have enough time to sort some of them, so they might be a little bit out of order. Please bear with me. 13,000 pounds in one bust last week. That is a lot of coke, guys. I just watched Predator 2 again. Even that dude from the movie. Even the Jamaican dude from that movie can't do that much coke. Cash is a badass. Yes, he is. Cash is amazing. But yeah, so I apologize. Some of these are out of order. They are still in the right categories, though. So at least there's that. You got the FCC chairman is threatening action against Jimmy Kimmel, ABC, and Disney after deliberately misleading the public, claiming that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a MAGA conservative. So good job, Disney and ABC and Jimmy Kimmel. Fail. He went nuclear on Schiff, too. Like you said, Schiff and Booker are POSs, right, Karen? Well, let's enjoy Schiff a little bit. Mr. Shifty Schiff.
People to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the...
Did you say Tyrone Shuffles wasn't happy about the 13,000 pounds of coke being seized? Oh, that's great.
Everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th.
Straight up poo his face, calling him a liar for January 6th. Russiagate, all of it.
You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Oh, guys, I'm dead. Guys, a political buffoon at best. You heard it here, everyone. Cash Patel.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most
of
transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead and just run back to the cameras, man. Like Cash was just going after them. We also have this. Real quick, I'm not going to make it bigger, but James O'Keefe, when he had his home raided and his devices seized, when they, what are you showing me? This one? Yeah. Not this one? Yeah. You colored on the back? Yeah, it is a hoe. So what is it? Oh, okay. So it's on this ground. Okay. Good job, bud. High five. All right. Nope. You got to keep working on that one, bud. Okay. All right. But so when James O'Keefe's home was raided, they're like, oh, hey, Bet, tell me, give me the search warrant.
I know we don't usually read these. This one's not readable. It's completely redacted.
Like literally the entire search warrant is redacted.
For the most part, the first 50 pages. This is actually the search warrant that was served on James O'Keefe for a diary that he had already given to the government 2 months before. And as it turns out, there were no indictments here, yet he still doesn't know why he was raided, and I think he deserves to know.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy, guys. They literally took all of his devices, raided his home, never brought charges, nothing ever came of it. And then what happened? We don't know. We still can't read it. James can't read it. Like, no one can read it. It's secret. They released documents revealing the targeting of the 90. So this is the Frost thing. So you got a Judiciary Committee released documents that the FBI targeted 92 Republican organizations as part of a witch hunt, including TPUSA, GOP, Trump companies, and Republican PACs. Links to the document, if you want to see them, Libs of TikTok has them posted at grassley.senate.gov over in the archives. Kash Patel, as FBI, uncovered a network called 764. Minute and a half. Let's go.
In the counterintelligence space alone, this year to date, 30% increase in counterintelligence arrests from the DPRK, Russia, Iran, and China. And I want the American people to know, in this setting, there's a lot of work that the brave men and women in the FBI are doing we just can't get into, but they don't stop.
Yeah. Non-classified settings, there's a lot of their work that they cannot talk about. 28 views, share the live, everyone. Those are rookie numbers. That's right, Shell. You get them. Can't silence them. Nope, absolutely not, Karen. He's going to keep shouting over you, so just let Cash talk. Shell says, hug the babies. Yep. I'll do that later. Not right now.
Our cyber threats, ransomware attacks, those harming our children online. We have nearly a 20% increase in indictments and arrests in 7 months alone this year.
Yeah.
We're going after those that harm our malware, infrastructure systems, telecom systems, and energy structure.
Oh, don't worry about it, Sith. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Always glad to have you. Just post out the live. We got to get those view numbers up.
Combating SALT and Vault Typhoons are just a little bit of the examples we're doing. Maybe most importantly, under the counterterrorism and domestic terrorism umbrella, are nihilist, violent extremists, and those that label themselves 764.
Oh, what is 764?
Who wish to go online and convince children to maim and mutilate themselves and commit suicide. And we are producing record numbers of arrests under that umbrella organization.
Why would there be an organization convincing kids? Oh, that's right. Because the left isn't having kids. They're trying to take your kids. They're trying to stop your kids. So have more kids and don't let them go online. Don't let them be around these weirdos.
We even stopped an individual in the 764 network who wanted to conspire to kill an adolescent girl. He is now in custody. Transparency means...
I'm sorry, what? That's crazy. Guys, these people online are unhinged. And it's not just online. We'll get into it here in a little bit. The Trantifa folks, guys.
One of my main priorities at the FBI. And this is what I've done in my 7 months at the helm.
Good.
We've produced more than 33,000 pages of documents to Congress to a variety of committees.
Okay, but can we not keep doing these as individual pages that are pictures? Like, it's an awful way to ingest information.
Including, I believe, 7,500 to this committee alone, if memory serves me correct. To put the 33,000 in perspective, my predecessor in 7 years produced 13,000 pages in total to the United States Congress. His predecessor in 4 years produced 3,000 pages in total. I repeat, I have produced 33,000 pages in 7 years to this Congress and will continue to do.
7 months. Correction, 7 months. And yes, Karen, evil is, in fact, real. This is a fight of good versus evil, folks. It really is. And before we pull up that one, because that's going to get into our next topic, this one, we have a representative complaining that an ICE agent killed one of his constituents.
As we saw last week, when an ICE officer killed one of my constituents. And I know that the FBI has been involved in that investigation.
Interesting. One of your constituents, you say. Well, as Libs here posts the fact check, his constituent, in quotes, was Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, an illegal alien who nearly killed the ICE agent after he reportedly resisting arrest, struck the officer with his car and dragged him. The officer then opened fire. So this guy's like, oh, he killed one of my constituents. It's terrible. It's like, well, your constituent was an illegal who tried to kill an ICE officer by hitting him with his car and dragging him. I don't think that counts. He's no longer really an innocent at that point, you know? But why is it, as it points there, why is it that foreign criminals are not your constituents? Democrats will do anything to protect criminal illegal aliens over American citizens. It is kind of interesting how important they seem to treat these illegals and how unimportant you and me are. It's very strange. But the Chairman James Comer, for doing this, spoke to him yesterday afternoon, and he's doing it. Thank you. So we have the CEOs of Discords, Steam, Twitch, and Reddit have been called to testify in front of Congress in relation to radicalization and political violence. MK, welcome to the chat. Thank you very much. And yes, it is, in fact, real. We're going to get into corruption. Ken Paxton announcing an arrest in Starr County for an illegal ballot harvesting scheme. That thing that they always say never happens, guys. There's never any voter fraud, right? Right? Oh, wait, except in Texas. They keep arresting and prosecuting people for it. Karen says he so proudly represents an illegal. Yes. Yes, he does. Which is kind of crap. I think somebody should be kicked out of Congress for that. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do I know? MK with the hearts. Boop. Heart. Ah, yes. So, liberals and left-wing media pretend otherwise. We know that election fraud is real and is a serious threat. So, Ken Paxton from Texas, thank you very much, Ken. Data Republican posted an entire thread, has posted multiples on Karen Bass being a communist, on, Cuban communist revolutionary, on others. But now this post is about the Interreligious Foundation for Community Organizers, calls itself the facilitator for U.S. students to study at Elam, Cuba's medical school. In the Armed Queers interview, they talked about how Elam recruits students, often on state-sponsored scholarships, and trains them to become revolutionaries alongside medical education. Interesting. So we have an entire organization here that their whole purpose is to train people to be revolutionaries while they're studying medicine in Cuba, so they can come back here. Oh, yeah, and also the Congressional Black Caucus might have played a role in creating a training pipeline that subverts the U.S. Weird. So weird. She has done a great job. God bless her. Both. Yes, absolutely. Jetica, Data Republican, is an amazing woman doing amazing work to help this amazing country. So thank you. Redheaded Libertarian, Josie, in April of 2022. This is another reference to Arctic frost. They alleged 2020 election overturn efforts expanding to scumbag Jack Smith by November. Today, Grassley revealed it targeted 92 groups. So again, some of these are out of order. I apologize, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to keep going, and this is live. Yes, Josie, thank you for the little article on the video we watched earlier. Also, J.D. Vance calling out Ilhan Omar, because here Libs posted this quick video.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Should be more fearful of white men across.
Nope.
Why? Why? She's such a vile person.
Across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
It's almost like there's more of us. Except like half the violent crime is committed by a fraction of us. Like what? Why?
We should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
You know who's radicalizing white men? Ilhan Omar. You. People like you are radicalizing us. No one else. So if you want to investigate who's radicalizing white men, how about you just investigate yourself? And then you can denaturalize yourself and you can deport yourself. That way the problem is solved. Problem solved, guys. We did it. We did it, everyone. We figured out how to de-radicalize white people. You could just deport Elon Omar. That would be amazing, guys. That's a good start. So let's do that. Step 1, deport. Congratulations. We're going to move real quick into DOGE and MAHA. So we start with the MAHA. MAHA wins. Tyson Food is dropping high fructose corn syrup from all of its recipes. That's a huge win, guys. High fructose corn syrup is awful. It's not a good thing. It's so bad for you. Like, people eating it, it's just like, if you're going to eat sugar, which you shouldn't, but if you're going to eat refined sugars, high fructose corn syrup is awful. Correct, the gaslight is pushing more and more. Yeah, the gaslighting, guys, is doing more to radicalize people than anything. Aloha. All right, so MAHA, good job. All right, so Tim Burchett needs to be nationwide. Why do we rely on foreign-owned meat processing? So this was brought up by Tim Burchett.
Bill Schroeder has been farming for more than 50 years.
50 years? Holy cow. All right, yeah, so this, holy cow, oh, Lord. The jokes. Yes, there is a 2-year wait list to process their own beef because in New Hampshire, you cannot cross state lines.
His Schroeder farm in
But we're going to cover that in a second.
South Newbury, with its 30 head of cattle, is a popular spot for locals to pick up fresh, locally raised meat products.
They like being able to get it.
They like to know where it comes from.
But
yes, it's so much better, guys, when you know where it comes from.
Local beef faces an obstacle, one that lawmakers in Concord have been grappling with for years. There aren't enough USDA-inspected slaughterhouses in New Hampshire, making it difficult for smaller farms to get a hoof in the door.
Boo. Moo. Yeah, I think if I remember, there's like 3. There's 3 USDA slaughterhouses in the state. And yeah, there's a backlog, 2-year backlog for people to process their own cattle.
We only have 4 USDA facilities in New Hampshire.
4.
These farmers have to schedule a year to 2 years out. They don't even know what's going to be born.
The House Environment and Agriculture Committee is working on a bill that could mount a direct challenge to U.S.
Yeah, guys, they need to make it so that people can sell agriculture products in their own states without I should be able to go to a local processor or a local person that raises cattle and just buy it and have it processed in the state. The USDA requiring the inspectors, being the gatekeeper, is keeping us from healthier food. And it makes us dependent on foreign producers because they don't have to have those. It's insane, guys. It's encouraging us to import the food from overseas instead of me just driving down the street and buying it from a local person because, there's no USDA facility.
USDA control of locally produced meat, allowing for custom slaughtering to produce meat that can be sold only within New Hampshire.
Yeah, and each state needs to do this. Every state should make it legal that where you can buy meat that's raised in that state, that's processed in that state, the USDA should be out of it. Get out. Federal government can get out. So who's getting paid? Good question. Well, the USDA collects a lot of money. You have to pay for those inspectors to be at those facilities. So there is that. Also, last thing at DOGE, Gardner points out, and we talked about this a little bit last night on the topic exchange, but there was a quick dive into the Minnesota public schools. Among the state's funding, Congress approved 2 grants for $9 million in taxpayer funds to the Department of Education of Minnesota. There are 30 school system employees combining earnings of $3 million. That's right. The superintendent makes almost $300,000 a year. There are 30 superintendent contracts at the 30 biggest schools. Please. They're singing Soda Pop from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Oh, gosh. Anyways, nope. Okay. Thumbs up, buddy. Thank you. $1,000 a month for a car. You kidding? Does anyone else want $1,000 a month for a car? $3,800 for health benefits. Unused portion becomes income. What? I'm sorry. If I can find a way to get health care for like $1,800, I get to pocket the $2,000. That's crazy. Multiple other perks like paid phones, bonuses for good work, and much more. Guys, these kinds of just generous contracts for government employees have got to stop. We're going to get out of here, go into the section on violence and the way that it's funded. Data Republican here posts Soros documented release. Read now. So Ryan has now posted an entire thread on Neville Singham, George Soros, and all but, yes, George Soros and the network. So if you want to check this out, read it. It is a very lengthy, deep dive into Soros's Open Society Foundation and how it is using its money to fund pro-terror groups. Well, what pro-terror groups might they be funding? Oh, I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, and we'll come right back to that one. Come back to that one. See, like I said, these are out of order, and I apologize. Just bear with me a second. Apparently, I got this one in the wrong category. Jeez, okay. I really... we'll get to that one. Morally bankrupt. I thought I had one. Thought I had it. Guess I don't. God. And I lost it. Yeah, basic. Oh, the funding. Sorry. Okay, funding. That's where we were. Yeah, this funding is being used to sponsor these groups like the Trantifa folks. So we'll get right back to that one in a second. But just before we went live, we had multiple police officers got shot in York County, Pennsylvania. Guys, domestic DV calls are awful. They're dangerous. There was 5 people shot, 3 officers that were hurt seriously and have been teleported. I wish they could teleport. No, transported for medical attention. So pray for those. Kara says, we had a local district that hired a new superintendent and he resigned before he started and they paid out almost $500,000 settlement. How? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, Karen, but we all know it's government. So yes, everyone, pray for the officers there in York County, Pennsylvania. We had a 13-year-old, 13, Deltona Middle School student arrested for sending a video of himself loading a gun with rap lyrics about killing. He filmed himself loading the gun, handling a gun, and sending the video to other students. The video included rap lyrics about taking a life. The threat prompted some students to stay home from school out of fear. He is the 3rd student arrested by the sheriff's office for school threats in 3 days. Guys, look at this kid. This kid's 13, and they have him shackled. Like, don't do this, guys. Like, with the things that are going on right now, don't be that guy. It's not smart. It's actually quite dumb. Don't escalate things further than they already are. Like, this is the FAFO section, almost. But here we got VP. Let's see.
Normal family, actually had a pretty good home life, who was radicalized by...
Okay, this is also in the wrong section. This is from the Charlie Kirk section, but we'll get back to it. We'll go to that section here in a minute. But this is a quick video of JD, so let's watch it.
The shooter's mother, you talk to the shooter's father, you talk to the local district attorney, you talk to the FBI director or the deputy director of the FBI. You look at every ounce of evidence that we have, and it is clear. This is a person who grew up in a pretty normal family. Actually,
yeah. And everyone on the left was like, look at his family. His family's conservative. So therefore, he's a conservative.
Actually had a pretty good home life, who was radicalized by the far left, by the social networks of the far left, by the ideas of the far left, and got so far down the path of radicalization that he killed my friend. That is not a both sides problem. My friend is dead because of left-wing political radicalization. And if you want to cut that out, then be honest about it and look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, cut that shit out, guys. Like, that kind of stuff is just unacceptable. Completely unacceptable when they try and do this moral equivocation of the two. This was in relation to the funding for the Soros story. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I will do better next time. I promise. They will be in the correct order and it will make sense.
Introduce legislation.
Welcome to my brain, by the way. My brain doesn't work linearly, so ha.
And the shell casings have multiple references to slogans that Antifa has popularized. I believe there is considerable money funding it. I would note that I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act.
Yes.
Stop Funders Act would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses under RICO.
Ooh.
I believe the money should be tracked and prosecuted under RICO, and both the
guys, can you imagine if they get that passed, which I am not super confident they will because I don't trust the legislature to do anything at this point. But if they added rioting as a predicate crime for RICO and they could go after the people that fund the riots, Neville Singham, the Soros family, here we come.
The Antifa and Black Lives Matter riots of a couple of years ago, and the
who bought the
pro-open
bricks?
border riots in Los Angeles and other cities of this past year.
Who bought the bricks? Find that out. Charge them with RICO.
I believe there was significant money behind those riots. I'm not the only person who noticed at the anti-Semitic protest and violent protests on college campuses that many of the tents all matched.
Yeah.
And so I would ask, would it aid your ability to prosecute these matters if Congress passed into law the Stop Funders Act and if rioting was added to the list of predicate offenses for RICO?
And it should be. That would be amazing. Shell says he did Charlie proud with that episode. If you have not watched it, you need to. Yes, he did the episode of the Charlie Kirk Show live. I need to catch that. I haven't been able to watch it yet. I am so terribly busy between work, this show, and taking care of the kids and everything else that I have not had the time to watch it. And I don't want to watch it as I'm going to bed because I will fall asleep in the middle of it and I won't remember any of it. So I will try and get it. I'll probably watch it in parts as my short commute now. I used to be able to watch a lot of podcasts on my commute because my commute was an hour. It's no longer an hour. So I don't have that long to watch things. 0 hour. You guys hunted people down during COVID. So this is a response to Krasenstein, guys. Brian Krasenstein has been a basket case for a while, but really post Charlie Kirk being assassinated, it's just been unbelievably stupid. But Brian posts, so in other words, the right does something they say that they are completely against. He's talking about cancel culture and everything else. So they have to redefine and move the goalposts. It's like 0 hour says, you guys hunted people down during COVID for swimming at the beach alone. Shut the hell up. LOL. Like, Brian, you have no leg to stand on. How could they all just comply? We would never do that. They must have been brainwashed. Yeah. I got to play this video in just actually, you know what? We'll play this now. This was posted by Libs of TikTok. It is a video that was posted by Irina Zarutska's friend. So this is the Ukrainian refugee that was here fleeing the war, that was stabbed in the neck by a person who is already out of prison. She was murdered on the light rail in Charlotte. Guys, like, what is happening? But this was a very nice little tribute video. I'm going to make this bigger and we're going to watch it together. It's a very nice video, guys. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. Support it. And I'm going to have to mute it because the music will get me copyright stricken. But there's just music behind it. Just ignore those tiny little guys. Yeah. Yeah, the Krasenstein brothers are midgets. It's kind of hilarious, actually. Yeah, guys, she was a human being, right? Like, she had friends. She had a boyfriend. She did things for fun. And she's dead. Because the progressive justice system, with its restorative justice, continue to let and still let her murderer back out of prison after every time he committed an offense. He was released 14 times before he murdered this girl, and he's already been released by a progressive judge from prison and put in a mental hospital for a 60-day evaluation to assess whether he is able to stand trial for his actions. The progressive justice system wants people that hate you back on the street. And they want them on the street so that they can harm you. It's absolutely insane that this girl, this woman, was killed for no reason other than she was sitting on the light rail or on the bus, whatever it was, while white. Because that man had been on that mass transit for a while, surrounded by other black people, no issues. White girl sits down, though. She didn't survive. It's a damn shame. But go check it out. With the music, it's a lot more powerful to watch for sure. But it's like she was a woman. She should be alive right now. But the progressive justice system killed her. And I hope that they hold that magistrate and the judges associated with all of his crimes should be held civilly liable. And they should be charged with some sort of negligence, guys. It's crazy. It certainly is a clear pattern, Karen. I completely agree. Why would he already be out of prison? Why did they already have a progressive judge ready to let this guy, this monster, back out of prison? And his lips here says, I refuse to unify with morally bankrupt, evil, satanic left who celebrates murder. Yes, guys, evil kills, harms, and destroys the innocent and society, whereas good protects and creates and restores the innocent and society. This is a good versus evil problem. This is a war of good versus evil. It's been underway for a lot longer, I think, than people are willing to realize. It's in the Bible, guys. We are having a biblical battle. What's up, Stephen? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. But yes, we need to put on the full armor of God, folks. We need to pray up. We need to assist each other, defend each other, protect each other, protect the innocent against evil and harm. Like here, yes, the jeans commercial, very upset. Assassinating somebody, though, very excited. It's a very strange... Oh, wait. Evil. Yes. What's up, Tim? How's it going? Thank you for showing up. Hi. Also, everyone that is here, please make sure to post out the live stream so that more people can watch it. Share it. Watch it with friends and family. Put a like or a thumbs up or whatever, depending on where you're watching it. Just do it. Hi again, Tim. We have the left is freeing him because they know he will kill whites again. This is another story, guys. Another story where the same thing is happening that happened to Arena. This man accused of abducting a sleeping Dallas boy from his bed, killing him, but he was found incompetent for trial. Day 3 of black on white murder cases, guys. This is the pattern. It's unfortunate. It's not supposed to be a color issue. Progressives make it a color issue because they know if they can make it a color issue, they can divide people. And they want to divide people so that they can make you scared, so that they can pit you against each other. They can keep you distracted. They can make you angry. And they divert your attention away from the real battle, which is a battle of good versus evil. So pick the side of good or pick the side of evil. I choose good. If you want to be evil, stay away from me. Where'd you pull it off of? Okay, put it in here, please. Thank you. Okay. Yep, and this was the funding. So they investigated the funding from the Soros Network going to fund what? Okay, well, what might it be? Well, guys, we get into our section on Trantifa. Sorry, this topic is so serious to make funny jokes. Hi. Oh, don't worry about it, Tim. You can make jokes at any time. I have a dark sense of humor. I'm okay with it. But yeah, meet Maddie Crumling, a transgender who openly advocates for murder, and Luigi Mangione, This person has an 0702 FFL. They can own and build machine guns. They also seem to be involved in radical, militant transgender groups in Pennsylvania. It appears they have custody of young children. Yes. And if you look in those pictures, there are also My Little Ponies, probably furries, and all kinds of other nonsense. Yes. Reward them for the world they created. Interesting. And yeah, why are transgenders and their lovers killing people, do you might think? This post from 0 Hour. This is a picture of Joe Biden speaking with the red backdrop. Yeah, why? Why might they be so agitated? I just can't put my thumb on it. Also, a month before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, this young cross-dressing man in Utah, again with Utah, requesting the death penalty for himself after he confessed to murdering both his parents and attempting to murder his brother. This story received very little media interest. As Gunther points out, transgender violence is real and it needs to be addressed. Yeah, guys, it's not just this one group. We talked about funding coming out of the Soros groups. Well, we also found, or Data Republican posted, about State Department and UN ties to the Armed Queers SLC leader have been confirmed. First, credit to SK33 for the crucial tip. Please follow. They'll be doing a podcast on this soon. Here's what you need to know. Armed Queers SLC is under investigation for possible foreknowledge of Kirk's assassination. Their leader, Ermilia Fene, not going to say that name, was recognized by a State Department affiliate NGO, Utah Global Diplomacy, again with Utah, as a recipient of the 7 for 17 award for advancing the UN's 17 goals. Guys, the UN is not our friend. Utah Global Diplomacy has since scrubbed their presence from the website. Unknown when it happened, receipts remain. So this is another thing that earlier Jenica had posted, that before you release publicly that you are aware of something, make sure that you have the receipts and you have them archived and downloaded. Because as soon as you expose these people, they will scrub everything. We've seen it with the assassins' social media for Trump's 2 assassins. We've seen it with Kirk's. We've seen it with these people who are tied to these NGOs. They will immediately try and scrub and purge that person. Yes, here's a post from Armed Queers SLC. Agitate, educate, organize. Queer resistance. You have a picture with bandoliers and an AK-47 with very poor trigger discipline. Just dub. But coming September 27th, guys, this is still in the future. This is 10 days from now in Salt Lake City. Armed Queers want you to come and learn about the radical history of the queer liberation movement. Guys, this is the stuff that the Soros people are funding. This is the type of thing that these progressive entities are funding. And there's so much of it in Utah. It's insane. Armed Queers co-hosted educational workshops for the Elm Fork branch of the John Brown Gun Club, the trans Antifa perpetrators behind the July 4th Alvarado ICE facility shooting, appears to have promoted these on her private Instagram. Again, another tie to this Ermia. The Armed Queers of Salt Lake City is a Marxist paramilitary group being investigated by federal authorities in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's left-wing political assassination. This radical group immediately deleted their social media in the aftermath of his murder. However, all data was captured by investigators and is very concerning. A federal law enforcement official told me directly that the group deserves classification as a domestic terror organization. The logo of Armed Queers features the same caliber bullet that struck Charlie's, engraved with the left's messaging, such as Charlie's was. In a now deleted video, the leaders of this group brag about trips to communist Cuba in May of 2025, where they trained with militant Marxists to stage a revolution in America, where they returned home. Marxist leaders they met with bragged about being labeled terrorists in the United States. The leaders of the Armed Queers refers to the Americas as the belly of the beast in the video. The group is openly coordinated with the Cuban government in various venues and events. Guys, this is the things that they are funding. This is the things that they are doing. And then we're confused when they assassinate somebody. These are trained revolutionaries, guys. We shouldn't be surprised at all. You have a post here by Laura Loomer. I hope this is true, guys. This might have been an older post, but it says it's from the 15th. Oh, come on, video. Don't be dumb. See if we can refresh. Some of these videos just don't want to work. Well, it's not going to play a video. It's broken. But it says President Trump said that he plans on designating Antifa as a terrorist organization. He absolutely needs to. As Wall Street Mav points out as well, the Muslim Brotherhood also needs to be designated. No. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. So we hope they do, guys. They really do. They need to do it. Kara says you can't liberate a mental disorder. Yeah, you really can't. Here is the leader. Let's hear what she has to say real quick.
Some people say that it takes a violent protest to get people to listen. Do you agree, or should they remain peaceful?
I agree. I absolutely agree. You know, I'm a member of the LGBTQ community, and our liberation and our rights came after the Stonewall riots. That's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, is that, you know, the LGBTQ movement started with Stonewall riots. I wouldn't even be able to be a student at this school if it wasn't for a violent riot that took place within a span of 3 days. So I absolutely agree that sometimes violent protests and really riots and those kinds of loud rebellions must take place for tangible change.
Violence must take place for tangible change. And they wonder why we get what we get. We're getting on to Charlie, guys. Some follow-up for Charlie's case that's going on right now. The murderers and the people associated. George Zinn, the man who first falsely told police that he had shot Charlie Kirk the moments after the attack. This was the elderly gentleman that was detained immediately at the scene, has now been charged with possessing child pornography. Yep, that's... Also, he intentionally, again, these are out of order. Let me see if I can find it, because I did pull both. Anyways, that person also, it was reported that they claimed to have shot Charlie as a way to delay law enforcement response from finding the actual shooter. So there is allegations now that this elderly gentleman stated that he had done it just to slow the law enforcement response from finding the real assassin. Combined with the child porn charges, I think that guy's going to go away for a while. What do you guys think? I don't think he's going to be around that much longer. He's kind of older. Hey, guys. What are you doing? Stop it. Please. No. Please don't. Please don't. Color. Please. Separate. Okay. You can do that, buddy. Thank you. But he told everyone on Discord he did it, guys. Every Antifa Discord server is in full panic right now because I'm pretty sure the government will be looking very, very hard at private servers that are stirring up political violence. Don't bother scrubbing. Discord saves everything, even if you delete it. I am looking forward to all of the Antifa mods collectively crapping their pants today. He was a known local nut. I also heard he had been involved in some other crazy things like bomb threats and some other nonsense a few years back. So yes, apparently a local crackpot. Whew. But yeah, Tyler Robinson appears to have confessed to friends in a Discord chat shortly before turning himself in. After would be interesting. We'll play that video here in just a second. We're going to come back to it. But here we have a vigil. So at this vigil, Savannah Hernandez reports that pro-Palestine protesters are trying to disrupt it, but the crowd has remained completely peaceful despite multiple disruptions and started chanting Charlie's name in response. Charlie would have been proud. Yeah.
The last thing I'll say.
So yeah, just started shouting his name. Don't get violent. Don't respond. Don't do what they would do. This local reporter was resigned, actually, immediately after being suspended for honoring Charlie Kirk live on air.
Marketplace today. So I want to talk about something for a minute, and it is heavy, so please bear with me. I want you to know that it's okay if you feel sadness. It's okay if you're grieving. 2 days ago, I lost a mentor, my first boss, the first person who made me believe in myself, that encouraged me to chase this dream that you're watching right now. Charlie Kirk. There's a lot going on in our world right now, in our country, but I want to say one thing. Lean on your neighbors. Speak up for what you believe in. I don't care what it is. I want to share with you one of my favorite sayings that Charlie would always tell us at the office. He would yell it from the mountaintops, so please listen. When conversations stop happening, when individuals become wordless, that's when violence begins. So if you do one thing today, make it be with passion, with conviction. Stand up for your friends, stand up for your beliefs, and speak loudly, even if your voice shakes. Your words have meaning, your values have purpose. Never forget that. Thank you, CK. You changed my life.
It's a very touching tribute. But she's right, and Charlie's right. When the words stop and the conversation stops, that's when the violence starts. It isn't supposed to be what we want, guys. We don't want it. They're trying to force it upon us, and it is not the outcome that we should desire. The app Discord, 0 Hour post here, should be removed from all platforms after covering for a murderer, because 3 days ago, they stated that Charlie Kirk, Discord says platform was not used in the plan. Today, it was me, suspect in Charlie Kirk shooting, appeared to confess in a Discord chat. I'm sorry for all of this. Read a message from the suspect's account, including to 2 people familiar with the messages and screenshots obtained by the post. So when Discord comes out and says they didn't use this platform for, planning or anything else, well, guess what? The receipts are there. They also try to keep justifying the violence and justifying the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So Matt Van Swol, a former Democrat here, a former liberal, posted, I offered a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist $10,000 if she could find a video evidence of the exact quote that she was attributing to Charlie in her post, word for word, and she could not find it. This is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. The post fired Karen Adler because she had quoted Charlie Kirk saying, Black women do not have the brain processing power to be taken seriously. You have to go steal a white person's slot. That quote, he said, give me a direct video quote. Show me where he said this, and I will Venmo you $10,000 today. And she could not do it. They are attributing things to Charlie that never happened. They are taking many things out of context or creating them whole cloth and trying to use them to justify the violence, guys. Again, Discord claimed that the assassin never used the platform to plan or promote violence, except we now know that that is not the case. This morning, Kash Patel and Dan Mangino confirmed that there was a Discord chat with 20-plus members, and new reporting just out reveals that Tyler Robinson, the assassin, sent a final message to the group admitting his guilt and stating that he was turning himself in. Came directly from Discord and was shared with law enforcement, so their original statement was not true. Shell says liberals are just god-awful. I would just say they're awful, but yes, I understand what you're saying. We're going to watch this. This is Glenn Beck, everyone.
Brought something with me today that I thought was appropriate while I did the show, that I would sit in front of Charlie's microphone. It was given to me after the death of Rush Limbaugh by his wife. It is Rush's golden microphone.
Ooh.
I think it's appropriate that it sits in front of Charlie's microphone. What I would have said to Charlie was, you were thinking too small. I want to be Rush Limbaugh someday. I'm a broadcaster. Rush was a broadcaster. But Charlie was a broadcaster and a narrowcaster.
Ooh.
Charlie was a pastor and a priest. And listening to the way he could argue and think differently, he was a rabbi as well, and one of the best. He was a political organizer. He was a political think tank himself. He was a compassionate friend. He surpassed Rush Limbaugh by miles.
If any of you grew up watching Rush, like I did, you will know what a big deal that statement is and what a big deal it is to gift that mic, the golden EIB microphone. The words that the left is using against Charlie, saying he's a racist, a bigot, a sexist, and all of the other things, are false. They are using those words in order to try and justify what they did to him. And it's not okay. He was a good person. And he didn't deserve what happened to him. And his family definitely didn't deserve it. So, I'm not always a huge fan of Glenn, but I thought this was a pretty classy move. So, I just wanted to highlight it. But we're going to get into the FAFO section for Charlie, because there is a bunch of updates for people that are being held accountable for being just nasty, nasty human beings, for being evil, for celebrating evil. They are being punished, and I'm okay with it. You can see here this meme posted by Rothmus. Who told you it's okay to fire people for their personal opinions? And he says, you did. Yes, you did. That's right, the left. You did. We are leveling the playing field. This is righteous retribution for what you have done. We are going to use your own methods and ideas against you. And I'm okay with it. So this monster, for doing what he's doing here in this film, you can see here he is making fun of Charlie and his death in front of a crowd of people and being performative. Well, guess what? He was expelled from Texas State University. Bye. You have this one. This person tried to ruin a Charlie Kirk memorial and got bear sprayed. I don't know if any of you have been bear sprayed before. Even if you've only been maced or pepper sprayed, it sucks. Bear spray is worse. So this person got themselves bear sprayed, and I think they deserve it. It'll go away. Here, Destiny tried to blame conservatives for his banning on Twitch, but something that the community notes is that Steve Bonnell, also known as Destiny, was already indefinitely banned from Twitch in March of 2022 and has not streamed on the platform since. So nice try. Trying to blame conservatives. But you also said a lot of things in the last few days that are monstrous. So I hope they strip you of your ability to stream elsewhere, like Kick and YouTube. But we'll see. We'll see. As it says here, free speech does not mean freedom from the consequences of your speech, Steve. So enjoy it. This leftist decided that they were going to wreck another Charlie Kirk display, a memorial, flipping everyone off, being a real nice lady, you know? There you go. Just being a real wholesome lady. Well, this Arkansas leftist, Ms. Rollo, destroyed this memorial in front of the courthouse, but she not only lost her job, she's also been evicted from her home and was reduced to begging online for money, which nobody is giving her. This makes me so happy. Why does anyone pay attention to that cuck drug-addicted loser? That is a very good question, Ms. Karen. Very good question. As Shell says, all right, I agree. And another, yep, this was also a text update for the same story. Yep. Sorry, Ms. Rollo. You've been evicted, fired, and are now begging. Sucks to suck. So as we get onto this, make sure to go to my profile, check it out. Go to the link in my profile, my website, patriotdad.org. You can find my Linktree replacement that was created by Mr. Siraj himself. It's amazing. It's more secure. It's wonderful. It's well designed. Has links to my YouTube, my Rumble. My X account also has Buy Me a Coffee link. And you can find links to my company and many other things. Check out the website. Also, you can see our live schedule there and spaces on Monday and Tuesday. Also, as Ms. Shell pointed out earlier in the chat, not listed in my profile pinned post because it is not my stream or live to post, is the Sunday space with Shell and Christina. They do a Bible space at 4 p.m. on Sundays, so check that out as well. And please post out the live so that more people can see it. We're going to get into our science and technology section. Words are hard when you're this tired, but we're still here doing it live. Starship moved to the pad at Starbase for pre-flight testing. So they have finished booster testing. They are now going to Starship testing. They have modified this launch mount so that they could put the Starship on it. And it is just progressing wonderfully. You can see some of these pictures are just so beautiful. The scale is hard to comprehend just how big this thing really is. But it is gigantic. You can see up there on the rigging, on the chopsticks, the posts that keep people from falling off of them are like, up to your chest. And you can see how small they look in this picture. There are no people for scale, guys. It is massive, though. Absolutely massive. Love to see it. Glad to see Starship as still making progress. It looks like they are going to be targeting a launch date soon if they're already doing Starship testing, and this will be the final Block 2. This was a wonderful slow motion shot of an engine shutdown sequence. I just wanted to play this because it's beautiful. Like, just look at it. It's huge. Huge. So they're shutting down. Very slow motion. You can see its thrust is ramping down. The cone is starting to collapse. You're going to start to see some flow separation out of the nozzle. Your flame is going to come off the edge of the nozzle. So they have started to slow the injection of fuel and oxidizer. Just look at that. The shutdown sequence is just so beautiful. This is slowed way, way down. Kara said, did I see the new ship to transport it from Starbase to the Cape? I did not. But I've seen AI or CGI renders of one. Did they actually post a picture of one? That'd be interesting to see. But you can also see this is a vacuum optimized engine. The nozzle is big. So you can see they actually have bracing around the nozzle because when you start to get that flow separation, that pulsing actually creates quite a bit of mechanical stress and can break the nozzle when it's turned on at sea level. So they've got those braces around it to keep it together. But it's just a beautiful sight, guys. Like, there's just something about rocket exhaust that is just one of the prettiest things on Earth, second only to Cherenkov radiation from a nuclear reactor. And this is the last one. Little meme here for the science and tech section. The space race between the USA and the USSR. Neat. The space race between SpaceX and Blue Origin. Okay, we're starting to get a little more interesting. Space race between SpaceX and China. He's like, bro, I'm launching more mass to orbit than China is. So the space race between SpaceX Boca Chica and SpaceX Cape Canaveral. That's the real space race. They're in a space race with themselves. Karen, yes, I do like blue. Blue is my favorite color. But those blues are such beautiful blues. Like, I know Shell's color is purple. If you look at her, the AI art, it's wonderful AI art, guys. Purple is a great color for those. But my favorite color is, in fact, blue. The more you know. Get into humor, guys. This is not the kind of dead body you think. This is one that is killed with humor. But let's watch this clip real quick, shall we?
Can you name even one day that was deadlier than January 6th?
Yeah, any weekend in Chicago.
Any weekend in Chicago, guys. Any weekend in Chicago is far more deadly than January 6th. The left loves to talk about January 6th like it was the craziest thing since the Civil War. But guys, any day in Chicago, Kara says mic drop. Yeah, and the fact that it's Breaker.
Can you name even one day that was deadlier?
Also, isn't this the Babylon Bee guy? I just noticed. I'm pretty sure that's the guy from the Babylon Bee, isn't it? Just correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the Babylon Bee guy.
Than January 6th.
Yeah, any weekend in Chicago.
Any weekend in Chicago. Yeah, checks with chart. Tim Burchett cooking a liberal reporter. Let's go.
He has not called me. And Representative, do you support Trump's call to shut down the government? He has not called me. And I do not support you wearing black socks with short pants.
He literally just said, do you support shutting down the government? And he said, I do not support you wearing black socks with short pants. Guys, Tim Burchett just roasting this guy because of his black socks and his shorts. Don't wear black socks and shorts, guys. Also, Donald Trump came back to post this. I'm going to mute you get the music, right? Yeah, you get the music. I can't play it for copyright reasons, but this is him just dreaming about the prosecutor. The special, oh my God. Foddy Willis, guys. It's just so bad. Can I unmute it for the last part?
No.
You've never.
No.
You've never gone to a cabinet with this.
No.
I love that Trump posted this. Oh, so while this is funny as hell, I'm deeply concerned that someone took the time to make this. Tim was talking about underwater unidentified objects yesterday. Ooh, very nice. We also have the meme section, everyone's favorite section. When your parents tell me their kid's an angel, so was Lucifer. Ah, yes. I think my father would understand this one quite well. Reasons these toys are critical as kids, guys. Remember when they used to make you fit objects through little openings to make sure that they would fit? Well, they were training you for something, it turns out. It was training you so you don't go and buy a full-size queen mattress with a passenger sedan. Because I'm sorry, ladies, that ain't going to fit. It's just not going to fit. You obviously failed the Idiocracy IQ test. Just saying. And this, why are they always like this? Put the mask on. You're putting my health at risk. This morbidly obese person in a hover round scooter with the McDonald's wearing a mask with blue hair. Yeah. You healthy looking blonde woman that looks just strangely similar to Sydney Sweeney. You put your mask on. You're putting my health at risk. Or you are, but maybe, you never know. Gigabase Dad posts this. Go to church, everyone. Go to church. Go to church. It's based. Find a church. Go to church, guys. Best place to go on a Sunday. There's no place I would rather be on a Sunday morning than church. How about you? And the last one, everybody knows this meme, guys. A man, a real man, if you're a real man and you go grocery shopping, unless you have a physical disability of some sort, or you are elderly to the point where you can no longer do this, this is a requirement as a man. And you will shout it from the motion tops and celebrate like this guy right here, like you have won a championship belt. But this is how it feels to bring all the groceries into the house in one trip. Yes, I completely agree. It is the best thing ever. In fact, if you have any other things that need to go into the house as well, try to carry those too. Your backpack. Maybe you have some papers. The mail. Carry that stuff too, along with the groceries. Do the right thing. And let's see, we have some messages. Let's see if we have some folks that have sent. Karen's always good for sending in some memes. Let's see, Unhinged Liberal. Well, we are going to see, let's see, Karen, definitely. Do we have some memes from Gardner as well? Okay. Yes, Glenn Beck, he sent me the same video of him getting the microphone. Fantastic. Let's get these 3 memes pulled up from Gardner. I made this 3 days ago as a tribute. This hurts. We never replace heroes. We just continue their legacy. I remember seeing this one, Gardner. It was very well done. I'm going to throw it a like. I don't know why I didn't before. Oh, this was your new post about it. But yeah, guys, this meme hits different because Glenn Beck just gifted him that golden EIB microphone. Oof. Feels different. Unbelievable. The future Congress will be run by Somali women and disgraceful Republicans. Yeah. Just use Instacart. Feel like it's a trap. Pull-ups, they're not the same for everyone. Yes, he was very proud of this meme. Definitely proud of this meme, everyone. The Marines doing pull-ups. The Navy doing pull-ups. The Army doing pull-ups. And Congress's pull-ups. To which somebody said, what about the Air Force? And of course, as somebody who is more, let's say, biased towards the Air Force, Gardner's response was that they already finished and went home for the day. So I said, what about the Space Force? It's your move. And he said, weightlessness is an unfair advantage. Yeah, well, you didn't say there were rules. You didn't say there were rules. So I stand by it. Yes, the Congress pull-ups is great. It's more of a depends thing, but you know, you get it. It's still funny. Absolutely funny still. We're going to go find how many did we get from Karen today. Oh yes, Karen. So Karen is on another alt account, but it's fine. Karen, whose fault is it that Karen got suspended? Obviously, it was Karen's fault. So Karen's pointing the finger at Karen, the good old Spider-Man meme, everyone. Karen, welcome back. Always good to have you. Every state's least favorite state. Oh, this is good. Let's look at this. California hates Texas. Alaska hates Texas. That makes sense. Texas hates Oklahoma. Also makes sense because that's the Red River rivalry. I may not know much about sports, but I at least know that much. A lot of places hate Alabama, but then a whole chunk of places hate Florida, including Florida. What? Okay. North Carolina. appears to hate South Carolina. South Carolina hates Nebraska. Nope. Ohio. No. The colors are too similar, guys. West Virginia hates Virginia. Virginia hates West Virginia. Maryland also hates Virginia. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Nebraska hates Iowa. Yep. Iowa hates Nebraska. Also checks out. Missouri hates Kansas. Kansas hates Missouri. Okay, yeah, this all makes sense. Everybody in the West except California and what looks like, I think, New Mexico hates California. Also checks with chart. Yeah, guys, this is a great map. Great map, Karen. Well done. Thank you for sharing that. That's amusing. I've lived in a handful of those states, so it makes a lot of sense. Liberal privilege. Believing you have the right to control other people's lives. Believing you have the right to never hear others' opinions. Believing that when you're offended, others have to care. And believing that there are two sets of rules, one for you and one for everybody else. Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much, that sums up what the left thinks. And they're kind of retarded for thinking it, but hey, you know what? That's fine. You have a white woman asking to be delivered from liberal white women. Yes, because the awfuls are quite awful. The angry white female urban liberals, guys, they might be the most dangerous thing to modern civilization. The female urban liberals are catastrophically dangerous. Warning, the abolishment of the Department of Education could lead people to being too smart to vote for Democrats. Yes, it might. And I am strangely comfortable with that conundrum. Let's make it a thing. Do we have any other memes? Any other memes that have come in? Do we have any memes on the Go Live post? Let's see. Any memes on the Go Live post? We have one comment. Any comments? Nope, just a comment. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Thank you. Any memes posted? Glad to have. Yep. Any updates? Nope, no memes. I did want to share this one actually on the way out. I posted this one earlier today. To harm the innocent and destroy is evil. To protect the innocent and create is good. In an evil world, choose good. Put on the full armor of God. We are in a spiritual battle. God bless. The armor of God is the belt of truth, the sword of the Spirit, the sandals or feet of peace, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, and the shield of faith. Everyone, in an evil world, choose good. And please make sure to share out the live. Please make sure to visit my profile and go to my website. Find the different ways to support me. You can share this video, leave comments. You can send me memes. I will be back on Friday. Again, everyone, protect those you love. Check on those you care about. And just be good. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. I enjoy having you here. It's been fun, as always. You really make it worth doing. So thank you. Take care, everyone. God bless. And in an evil world, choose good.